Cheating happens in professional sports more than we'd like to admit, and with cameras everywhere, it's hard for athletes to get away scot-free, whether they've escaped official punishment or were ejected from the game. The following players were all caught ignoring the rules on live TV. Sammy Sosa's name will always be linked with Major League Baseball's steroid era, both because of his famous single-season home run record chase with fellow slugger Mark McGwire, and because he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs in 2003. The perception exists that everybody did it back in Sosa's day, and the sports culture during the 1990s and early 2000s resulted in pitchers and hitters alike believing they had to use whatever possible to keep up. And Sosa wasn't just using performance-enhancing drugs. During the 2003 season, he was caught breaking a direct MLB rule after his bat shattered into multiple pieces during what otherwise would have been a routine ground out. Umpires quickly confiscated portions of his bat and determined that it had been corked. The umpire crew chief tossed Sosa for his crime, and MLB officials handed him an 8-game suspension that was later reduced to 7 following an appeal. Sosa bulking up his muscles with the help of consuming something other than spinach was one thing, but swinging a corked bat is completely different, and some will always wonder how often he used one while blasting home runs over the wall. Throughout his physical prime, LeBron James has been a top-tier athlete who often looked more like an NFL tight end than a basketball guard. He's never been the NBA's biggest player, but knocking him away from the basketball has always been quite the challenge. Few, if any, of his opponents can easily knock him to the floor, a fact that individuals working within the league's front office are aware of. With that in mind, in the fourth quarter of Game 4 of the 2013 Eastern Conference Finals, James and Indiana Pacers forward David West were fined for the rolls in a pair of flops on the same play. James attempted some sort of spin move before he dropped to the ground for reasons that defied gravity and physics, while West also exaggerated his response to minimal contact. Neither man obtained any real advantage from their theatrics. They merely lost $5,000 apiece for their efforts. It should come as no surprise to learn that such a minimal financial penalty hasn't prevented James from embellishing again since then. The 1993 Stanley Cup Finals began with the Los Angeles Kings defeating the Montreal Canadiens to win Game 1 on the road. Then in Game 2, the Kings held a 2-1 advantage with under 2 minutes to play when the Montreal bench called for the refs to inspect the stick belonging to LA defenseman Marty McSorley. Montreal claimed that the stick's curve was beyond what the NHL allowed at the time. As TV cameras zoomed in to the official measurement, everyone could see that McSorley was guilty of using an illegal stick.
And McSorley is crushed.
The officials sent McSorley to the penalty box, the Canadiens scored on the resulting power play to send the game into overtime, and then they won the game and the next 3 straight contests on their way to hoisting Lord Stanley's Cup. Joe Niekro was pitching for the Minnesota Twins in an August 1987 game against the California Angels when the home plate umpire asked for Niekro to return a baseball toward home plate. The umpiring crew then requested to inspect the pitcher's glove and for him to empty anything in his pockets. Niekro eventually reached into his right back pocket and attempted to toss an emery board onto the field unnoticed. The umpires did notice, though, and they awarded Niekro with an early trip to the showers. In the wake of the incident, Major League Baseball suspended Niekro for 10 games after he tried to explain that he used the board and sandpaper to file his nails between innings. In light of that excuse, we recommend that pitchers get midweek manicures on their days off. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.